Good morning, everybody. It's your girl Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is July the 17th, 2024, and today the topic is Everybody Hates Christ. Happy Wednesday. Yes, happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope you guys had a wonderful Tuesday. Mine was just fine. Yes, mine was good overall. Let me start off this juice by saying happy anniversary to my mom and dad. It is their 31st wedding anniversary. So to God be the glory for that. What a blessing it is to be married. What a blessing to be married that long. And so, man, may the Lord continue to bless them, man, on their journey together. So, yes, yes, yes. I want to go ahead and acknowledge that. All right. Um, Also, yeah, today is Wednesday. Yesterday, I had a day of rest. So yesterday was like a Saturday for me. I was almost about to get asked to help out with something else again yesterday, but it worked out in my favor to chill. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did yesterday. Other than just kind of doing a couple of hustles from home type of thing, or having some conversations, things like that. But no filming, no going nowhere, nothing like that. Just chilling, resting, watching a little bit of my kid, taking a nap. That's the type of stuff I was doing yesterday. Um, I'm trying to think, was there anything else of significance to share with you guys from yesterday? Well, I think I finished up season 4 of Chosen. So that was one thing that I ended up doing yesterday. Um, yeah, I guess that's all the only thing significant to share. So yeah, that's what my Tuesday looked like. Today is going to be, I would say, a little busy just because I've been asked to come and help out and set things up for Water Day today. We're doing Water Day at the church for the kiddos, the elementary aged kids. And so I got to go and help put things together for it, this morning. And then it'll be like maybe like an hour of water fun. And then I'm sure we got to clean up and do whatever we need to do after that. And hopefully I'll be coming on back home and relaxing a little bit more before work tomorrow. Thank you to those that listen and watch and subscribe and all the amazing things supporting the GSL platform. I am seeking your feedback on whether or not you guys enjoy or appreciate the audio version of our podcast, or which is ultimately the people are getting the juice. Um, you may have noticed again, if you do listen to the audio, that the last couple of days have not had any bells and whistles, no intro, no outro, no commercials, nothing like that. It's because again the platform has changed that I was using, and right now I don't know a way to. Well, one, it seems like I've lost all the commercials and things that I've created. Um, and then even like the little intro and stuff like that I made, like there's way I had to figure out how to download that again or what. And so right now I can only upload the recording itself, and that's it. So I'm debating, about whether I'm going to continue to record the audio or not. So if y'all have feedback about that, feel free to leave a comment. I got a poll up on uh, the podcast to leave your feedback about that. I was going to post it on YouTube, but then it wouldn't work for some reason. My poll wouldn't go up. So I don't know if the Lord's like, don't be asking nobody, ask me. I don't know. But either way, I just wanted to throw it out there again just to let you guys know I am seeking some feedback on that. How you guys feel about that? Because I know I'm doing it different from the way that I was recording when I first started. Like I was putting music and everything behind, the recordings way back in the day when I first started. And then now it seems like I'm down to bare minimum. Like I'm not even. There's no intro or outro or anything now. It's just the literal audio we're recording because that's all I know how to upload in the new system. But y'all can let me know. I mean, I was thinking about, do I need to bring someone else on and let them handle that? But I'm like, with me doing the juice every day, that would be probably a lot to be paying someone to do. Unless the Lord gonna, open more doors and windows and opportunity and finances. Like, who knows? Maybe that is something I need to do. But anyway, I'm just letting you guys know what's going on behind the scenes for GSL. Excuse me, for GSL. But anyway, let's get into this conversation. Everybody hates Christ. Cause y'all probably like, what's going on, Miracle? What you mean? What you mean? Well, okay, so there's, I guess, a few things that inspired today's conversation. So one, I mean, like I said, watching Chosen, you know what I'm saying, the fourth season. Obviously, I'm diving deeper into, again, what it looked like or could have looked like, walking with Christ, being his disciple, all the things that they're showing in Chosen. Um, and then speaking of shows, yes, the title is inspired by Everybody Hates Chris. I'm sure those of you guys may be familiar with that show. It was out a long time ago, but I never really paid attention to it until last Christmas. So, last Christmas we spent it with my family, and we were. It was like the day before we went to our trip, and for whatever reason, we started binge watching Everybody Hates Chris, and my son was into the theme song and stuff like that, and the show itself, I mean, it was funny. I mean, it was interesting to watch and whatnot. Especially knowing, okay, this is about Chris Rock and his life and X, Y, and Z. So you're wondering like how much is true, how much is not, all of that type of stuff. But the show itself was funny. I mean, I enjoy. I can't remember her name right now. Tashina Arnold, I think it is. I enjoy her acting and whatnot, and so so it was interesting seeing her as the mom, and and all of them had their quirky things and stuff like that. And matter of fact, I've been binge watching a lot of old shows like that this year. um, so that's been interesting. I know a friend of mine has a goal to become a series regular, and on one hand, I'm like, I didn't get the fascination, but on the other hand, I'm like, well, you know what? I guess there is something to being able to like really develop a character so much so where you're able to play. Again, you're filming an ongoing story and things like that. So, but anyway, I don't know why I'm going so deep, but I'm just letting you guys know again the inspiration of Everybody Hates Christ. Yes, inspired, but the title itself is inspired by Everybody Hates Chris. No, I'm not. I don't think everybody hates Christ, but at the same time, I think majority of us probably do, and I think majority of us are operating like we do. So that's more so what I was thinking about this morning. Because at the end of the day, again, watching Chosen and whatnot is talking about, how, again, people were expecting the Christ to be a certain way and do a certain thing. And then when he came and did something completely different, there were those that, did receive, but then there were those that didn't. And it seemed like nobody understood and things of that nature, on both sides of that coin, right? And then even now, right, there's still plenty that, again, those of us as believers, we may say we love Christ, things like that, but then our actions don't align up with our words, and then there are those that completely, disregards and don't think anything about Jesus nor the Bible or anything. um, and then again, there's those that really are against it and, allowing the enemy to use them fully, and they come against Christ completely. So, there's a lot of ways, I guess, to look at this conversation of Everybody Hates Christ. I hope that those that are listening to the sound of my voice today don't align with that thought. Um, but I mean, hopefully today's juice will encourage you and inspire you to go deeper, seek the Lord, and see and answer those questions for yourself. So let's get into these verses. These are the verses that I felt led to write down this morning. Matthew 12:30. It says, "Whoever is not with me is against me, and whoever does not gather with me scatters." All right, y'all, listen, this might be a juice full of pulp today, but I mean, is that simple, in the Bible, at least. If you're not with Christ, you're against Christ. So again, by default, um, that's what it looks like. So some of us, like I said, may be operating in this unknowingly, right? Because just because we are not with him, it automatically makes you against him. Um, Now again, there's some people that do fully know what they're doing, but for those that don't, hopefully this will be encouraging, inspired to again seek the Lord about, like, wait a minute, like, which side am I truly on? And it seems to me in this verse it talks about again, whoever does not gather with me scatters. So I mean, I know we talk about stumbling blocks and things of that nature all the time. It's like, again, those that claim to be believers, why don't we live and do what the word says? I know a man and a friend was kind of chit-chatting about that last night, because, again, it's one thing to read it, right? And then it's another thing to live it. And, I mean, I don't know what else I could say to go deeper about this, y'all. At the end of the day, it tells us to make disciples and things of that nature. So if you're a believer and you're not out here making disciples and sharing the gospel and things like that, seems like you're being more of a stumbling block than someone that's gathering. And that's just something to think about, y'all. Okay. So here's another verse that I felt led to write down this morning. It was James 4:4. It says, "You adulterous people, do you not know that friendship with the world is enmity with God? Therefore, whoever wishes to be a friend of the world makes himself an enemy of God." I know that's difficult to probably receive, man, because again, we are in the world, right? We live here and we don't see God. So it's like, oh, what does that truly mean? I mean, we can go deeper, look up enmity, look up, see the Lord about what does it mean, things like that. But ultimately, if you just take it as face value and not try to add anything to it, it's literally telling us that, if we are looking to be a friend of the world, we're making ourselves the enemy of God. So if we are out here, again, we're just focused on the things of this world. We have no acknowledgement for God and his will and his way, things of that nature. I mean, then that's pretty much showing you, again, which side you are truly on. And so, these are things to think about. Let me give you guys one more verse that I felt led to write down this morning, and that was Isaiah 53:3. It says, "He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And as one from whom men hide their faces, he was despised, and we esteemed him not." This verse actually got kind of reiterated a couple of times as I was watching Chosen last night. And so I found it interesting that here it is this morning, that I ended up writing it down for the juice this morning. But again, do we understand what this means? Like, I mean, obviously there's plenty of ways that, we can see people despise Jesus, plenty of ways that we see people reject Jesus every day, all day. What else is saying? Acquainted with grief. I mean, obviously, again, everything we do that goes against him and his word, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sure it's causing grief. So there's an example of that. And then it's talking about, let's see, as one whom men hide their faces. Yes, there's plenty that are hiding, their faces, they're closing their eyes and their ears to the things of God. And it also talks about him being despised, and basically we're just not acknowledging him. We don't esteem him. We don't acknowledge him, and we go through life living this way, and it's just, I mean, I guess it can be ultimately a different disappointment, right? A disappointment to the Lord. And so, I mean, again, do I think everybody hates Christ? No, I don't necessarily agree with that idea per se. But I think, again, there's quite a few of us that do. And again, maybe unknowingly, right? Maybe unknowingly. So I hope that today you guys are encouraged and inspired to go deeper and seek the Lord about, you know, if this could be you, right? Could I be hating God unknowingly? There's a few verses in the Go Deeper section that you can peruse and let marinate on your heart, souls, and minds. I had a conversation with the chatholybible.com app this morning about this and whatnot, and it asked some good questions. So I'm putting it on the Go Deeper section, or in the Go Deeper section, for you guys to ask yourselves. And those questions were this: what does hating Christ look like in your life? Is it failure to follow his teachings, ignoring his guidance, or dismissing his authority? So yeah, you guys can let all these things marinate. Ultimately, I guess the juice is, yeah, let's figure out which side we are on. And that's it. That is the juice. Now, the Bible verse of today is Proverbs 31 and 30. It says, favor is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.